Hi, my name is Daniel J. Moore, and today we're going to do a follow-along movement session on the beach. This follow-along movement session is going to focus specifically on the strength and mobility of the shoulders. It'll take roughly about 6.5 minutes, and what's really important is that you modify all movements and patterns to work for you. Coming down onto the ground, our first movement is going to be a push-up. Find the variation of push-up that works for you and your body where you are right now. Many times when I'm practicing my push-up, I like to add variation, such as the twist that you see me doing in this moment. Remember, focus your attention on quality over quantity. If at any time your body starts letting you know that there's pain or discomfort, that's usually an indication that you need to dial it down. You need to modify what you're doing. And instead of feeling sad or mad about it, give thanks, because your body's wired to let you know when something needs your attention. Progress gradually. From here, we'll move into a knee-hand crawl position and integrate some body weight shifting. This is a great way to recalibrate the shoulders before we move into our next movement pattern. Our next movement is going to be an inverted straight leg march. For me, what's really important in this particular movement pattern is to keep the pelvis stable, to keep the shoulders stable. You're retracting the shoulders in the backside, almost like you're squeezing them together. And if you decide to do the marching aspect, make sure that you can keep the pelvis in a stable position. You don't want the pelvis dipping down. If your pelvis does dip down, then maybe what you can do is initiate the movement of lifting your leg off the ground, but only to the point where your hip starts to dip down. From here, we'll integrate an inverted crawl crossover stretch. I'm adding an optional twist, but please make sure to be careful with this one, because this puts a lot of stress on the knees. So if you notice that your knees don't feel comfortable for this particular add-on, please make sure to just stay in a static position with the crossover stretch. Honor your body and where it's at, and don't do any types of movements that cause your body pain. Even though this is a movement that helps to stretch the posterior hip, please make sure to focus your attention continuously on the strength and stability of the shoulders. Here you can see I've added a loose fist, and I'm making sure to press firmly into the ground, depressing the shoulders. Our next pattern is a tripod transition. So starting on your hands and your feet, lift up contralateral arm and leg, and then you're going to pass the leg underneath the body. Take your time with this movement pattern and make sure that it works for you. If this is your first time doing this type of a movement, it's really important that you focus on mastering the movement first, or at least becoming really familiar before you start to add variables such as speed. From here, we're going to add a shoulder pulse. So the elbow stays straight, and you simply drop your body weight and then press through the arm to lift your body weight back up. This is a great movement for cultivating strength of the muscles that attach to the scapula. Add any other variations that work for you. You'll notice here I'm adding a leg sweep and also a high hip crawl. While you're doing all these movements, make sure to breathe three-dimensionally, which means you're expanding the lower ribs, fronts, sides, and also in the back through all movements. From here, we'll add a little bit of crawling from the prone and supine position. And again, make sure that you're using a variation that works for you. If you need to be on your hands and knees, that's totally fine. We're going to end our session today with a lateral lunge stretch. Consider what you learned about your body today. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful day, and that you'll continue to integrate functional movement patterns throughout every day, all day long. Thanks so much, guys. See you on the next video. Peace.